Okay, so we start with this first example here, and to determine if it's a function, we're going to use the vertical line test. Basically what that means is we're going to take a vertical line and go straight across this at every single point. Imagine if we were taking a vertical line and just dragging it across this graph. And if we come to a place where on the graph you will intersect 2 points. That means for this one input, in this case it's when x equals 4, there are 2 outputs. That means that it is not a function. If it is not a function, then we do not have to determine if it's one-to-one or if it's onto. The domain is going to consist of all those x values that are in there. I'll type those up for you. And the range value is going to be determined by all the y values that are in this. So we would just have to map those to find out what those are, and I will type those into this for you instead of going through the process of finding it. Okay, so next one, is it a function? Well, in this one, if we were to take a vertical line and drag it across this graph, it would only hit the graph at one point every single time, so we say yes, that it is a function. If we wanted to check if it was one-to-one, one-to-one is a horizontal line test. If you draw a horizontal line and you drag it just like you would a vertical line at any point in this graph, if it is one-to-one, it will only hit the graph at one point. This happens to hit the graph at 3 points right here, and actually would hit the graph at 3 points many times as we moved it, and so this is not one-to-one, but it is in fact onto. There is an input for every output. And the domain. Now the domain, what I want you to notice is this arrow points down, so that means it's going to go all the way to negative infinity, and this points up, so it will all go all the way to positive infinity. So our domain, our x values, it will continue to go to the right and to the left. So our x values, our domain is going to be all real numbers. Also, our range will be all real numbers as well. And forgive my chicken scratch there. Okay, and for this last one is a circle. It does not pass the vertical line test, so it is not a function. Because it's not a function, we aren't going to check if it's one-to-one or onto, but we will look at the domain here. And what I want you guys to notice is the domain is as far as it goes to the right and as far as it goes to the left. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So at its max, x is 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At its min, x is negative 6. So x will be all real numbers such that x is between negative 6 and positive 6. And I'll retype that up for you in the annotations for this. Then we look at the range. The range is how high up the graph goes to how below the y-axis the x goes. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 again. So it goes from negative 6 to 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 up here. And so we would have the range being the set of y values that are real numbers such that y is in between positive 6 and negative 6.